Welcome to Mommy's Cigarette Break. My name is Chelsea Ragland, wife, mom, reality TV enthusiast, grief survivor, and firm believer that laughter can get you through absolutely anything. I started laughing in order to survive, and I never stopped, and I don't plan to. This is your weekly escape from the chaos of mom life. This is for the women who are running on coffee and faith, hanging by a thread, and still finding a way to show up every single day. Every episode, we're gonna check our sanity, get into what's in the air and what's on the air, and I mean everything from Real Housewives to Love Island, and honestly, anything else I want to talk about. Before we part ways, I'm gonna leave you with a little bit of something to hold on to. A little laughter, a little hope, a little faith, a little reminder that God's not done with you yet. Humor isn't just how I cope, it's how I heal. It is how I have gone through some of the hardest seasons of my life and come out on the other side, including the loss of my son, and it's how I found my way here to this couch with you. And I am so glad you found your way here too. This is just the beginning, and I cannot wait for all that we're going to build together. Unfiltered, unapologetic, and always laughing. Welcome to Mommy's Cigarette Break. Let's get into the show. It's our first episode. I'm so excited to be here with you guys today. Let's check our sanity. It's our first ever sanity check. And I want to talk about Ozempic because I am going into my third week of Ozempic. And if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen 2 Sundays ago when my husband gave me the craziest Ozempic shot. I do not do well with needles. I will say that I did my research before I started Ozempic. I did a good amount of research. I did talk to my doctor about it, but I was very honest. Like, listen, this is for aesthetic purposes. And just tell me. If the answer's no, the answer's no. And I won't do it. But like, I'm just being honest with you. I'm not gonna bullshit you. Like, there's any other reason that I want to take this medicine other than aesthetics. And she was like, you can take it, but we just agreed to 1 vial. So that's what I've been saying as I give my updates each week. I'm doing 1 vial of Ozempic. And honestly, guys, it's expensive as fuck. 1 vial is $300. And maybe it's just me. I can pour money into everyone else around me, but I get so cheap when it comes to myself. And I mean, when I say so cheap, I mean like, ooh, like I don't know if I should buy myself this shirt cheap. And I pour crazy amounts of money into my kids and literally everybody else. So maybe on this journey of loving ourselves and giving back to ourselves as moms, I will get myself out of that. So I say all that to say, again, I'm only doing 1 vial of this. But so far, I've lost like 10 pounds. And I've got that little gap back in my leggings, and it makes me pretty happy. And here's my thing. One, it's a couple things. One, I'm about to be 30, and there's just a certain way I want to go into year 30. Also, I was just talking to my husband about this today. I have 3 kids. I've had 5 pregnancies. My daughter is 5. For the past 5 years, I've been pregnant more than not, or I've been postpartum. That's just been my story. So I have not looked and felt my best in a very, very long time, and I do not want to go into 30. Like, I don't want to hear the, oh, like, love yourself and, give your body time to do, like, I feel like I've done that shit. You know what I mean? If you're a first time mom listening to this, then, just plug your ears because it is true that after you have your kids, your body is going through a transition. It just did amazing things. You should love that. You should appreciate that. And you really should give yourself time. But any mom that has had a kid and had even one kid and been trying to get their baby weight off for years, or has had multiple kids, at a certain point, you're just like over that shit. You want to look the way that you want to look. You have given enough to other people, and then you're just like, I want to feel and look my absolute best. And that's just where I'm at with it. I'm not so drastic that I would get on a table, but I'm at the point where I 100% understand why moms do. It is time for us to look and feel our best. And I am not trying to throw myself away at 29 years old. So that is my reasoning behind wanting Ozempic to the extent that it could just help me lose some baby weight just a little bit quicker. and get back into my whole wardrobe of clothes. That's the second reason. I don't want to throw away all the clothes in my closet because that's crazy. And again, I'm lazy. Me throwing away all the clothes in my closet means that I have to go shopping again for all those clothes, and I simply don't want to do that. So there are just so many reasons why I'm like, let me just try it. But I am doing it safely, and I am like checking in with my doctor. I think I have an appointment coming up this week. So it's been good. And honestly, a lot of people judge me. I will be honest. Like a lot of people are so judgmental about Ozempic, and I understand there are risks. Yes, guys, I get that totally. But when I posted it on Instagram, some people were like, bitch, you're gonna go blind. You are going to lose your hearing. You're going to start shitting yourself. And I was so fucking scared to do anything. I didn't work out. Like, I think I worked from home all week. Like, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to shit myself, pee myself, go blind. Like, I cannot move. I cannot leave home if all this is going to happen. And then none of that happened. So, second week, I started working out, which was last week. I started working out. I started doing things again. My appetite is way more suppressed now, though. First week, I was like, I could eat whatever I want. Second week, I kind of lost interest in a lot of foods. Third week, I think I'm going to add a multivitamin, but that's not the point. The point is that while a lot of people were judging me online, including my family was like, this girl's lost her mind. My family fully thinks that I have lost my mind, and I am clear about that. And it makes me feel so confident that I'm about to change my life in a completely amazing way. And I mean, they think I've lost my mind in terms of content. They're definitely going to think I've lost it when they hear this podcast. And they were certain I lost my mind when they saw me taking an Ozempic shot. Like, this bitch is done. So everybody thought that I was going crazy, but the moms were reaching out to me on the side, like, bitch, let me know how your results are because I'm trying to do this shit too. So not that I'm trying to be a test dummy, but GLP-1s are popular right now. People really do want to know, do they work? Are they safe? Are people getting the results? And so that's why I'm sharing my results. So yeah, that's it for Sanity Check this week. I'm going into week 3. I'm on a journey to fit back into my pants, and I'm gonna take y'all on that journey with me because why not? Hey, this is my favorite segment, In the Air. Okay. In this segment, we're gonna talk about what's in the air, meaning like current events, and then what's on the air because I feel like maybe I have a new hobby now, which is podcasting. That could be really cute for me. But outside of that, y'all, my hobby is literally I take care of my kids, I hang out with my husband and my friends, and I watch TV. I'm a couch potato. So, what's your soapbox? My soapbox is motherhood and reality TV. Do you want to talk about either one of those things? Because I could talk your head off all day long. And I watch all reality TV. Not that we're going to cover all reality TV, but bitch, I watch Zeus. We go all the way from Zeus up to, I would say, like Beverly Hills. I think that really runs the gambit. And I do like scripted shows a little bit, but here's why I love reality TV. It's the investment of it all. These are real people, they're real situations, real life decisions. And so sometimes when I'm watching a scripted show and I start to get invested, I'm like, this shit is fake. What's the point? When I'm watching reality TV and I start to get invested, like when I'm watching Vanderpump Rules and Scandal happens, this shit is too good to make up. Not only is it too good to make up, I want to go to the Instagram account. I want to see what's the backlash that's happened since all of this. I want to see the glow up. Hello, Ariana Maddox. I want to see what happened. It's a real story. This really happened to somebody. And I get that it's like, okay, reality TV is fake. I get how producers can kind of influence the drama that's happening, but nobody fucking told Tom Sandoval to cheat on Ariana. Nobody could have made that shit up if they tried. That's why I love reality TV. So I think the investment of it all is why I am just so obsessed, but it's a healthy obsession. I'm not so obsessed that I'm like writing hate letters to reality TV stars. When I talk about reality TV and I post it on my page, people are like, why didn't you tag the person? Because it's not that deep. Like, I'm posting about it for the viewers. It is fun to just discuss these things as they come up, as we see them in shows. Some of you niggas take it too seriously, though. I will tell y'all that, and y'all need to chill. We don't need to be stalking these people. We don't need to make it unsafe for them. We definitely don't need to send hate mail. Okay, you see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, it's a healthy obsession with reality TV. It is not weird. And I had to say that on the first episode because we will talk about so much reality TV. Don't make it weird, okay? Do not make it weird. Okay. Anywho, let's go to what's in the air. What's in the air this week is Emma Grede appeared on Kiki Palmer's podcast, and she talked about two things that pissed basically everybody off. She said she was a 3-hour mom, and she said work from home culture is what she says like career suicide for women. That's what she said. Okay, let's start at the top. I will say this. One, I can relate to a lot of what Emma Grady said. I'm like 50-50 actually, because I am a career woman. I understood a little bit of what she was saying. And I have seen some commentary that I thought was really good, which was it's a broken system, and Emma Grede is not trying to fix that system. She is perfectly assimilated into the broken system, and now she's telling us how to navigate a system that worked for her but does not work for a lot of us. And she's not addressing that her first funder was her very rich white husband, that she is a racially ambiguous woman, and that there are a lot of privileges afforded to her that aren't afforded to a lot of black women. And so when she makes it so simple as show up every day, work hard, get promoted, it's like there are a lot of black women who that's not their story. And I can relate to that. When I was in Big Law, there was no amount of showing up and working hard every day that could overcome that very toxic work environment. It just is what it is. And I'm not saying that a toxic work environment is the end will end your career, but it definitely will present a stumbling block. And so there's pretty much nuance to everything in life. And Emma Greed's advice is so black and white. And I wish that she would address some of the nuance. Number one, you have to be in a good place. The place that you're at, they have to support you. You know the corny saying, go where you're celebrated, not tolerated. That's number one. It doesn't matter if you're working online. It does not matter if you're clocking in every single day. If your bosses and if the environment around you is not supportive, is not collaborative, they don't want to see you win. I don't know how you're about to climb the charts and climb the ladder in that place. That's just my opinion. And honestly, when I tried to do that in places where was just being tolerated and not celebrated, all of that work, it just wasn't worth it. It's exhausting. You're more likely to burn out. Whereas I am in a place right now where I have such a good job. I'm supported, I'm valued, I have all the tools to succeed. I want to succeed. When you have to match. Like, I have a very good work ethic, I have a desire to succeed, and I have a supportive and collaborative environment that's going to allow me to do so. That's the keys to success. Period, point blank. If you don't have those three things, then I don't see how you overcome it. Okay. I think we're back. I lost you there for a second, guys. Okay, so then the other thing she said was she's a 3-hour mom. Honestly, this certainly didn't make me mad, because when you think about the time that you get up in the morning, which for me, I am not one of those moms that get up at 5 a.m. so that I can start the day because I'm tired, okay? So when you think about, so from the moment I get up in the morning, we're not spending any quality time together because we're just rushing out the door to get to work. So that's about 7 o'clock. From 7 to 8:30, it's like we're rushing out the door to get to school, do school drop off, do breakfast, get to work, etc. From the moment you get home, which some days it's 5, some days it's 6, to bedtime, which is, on a good day, 8, 9. And I'm talking, if you get home at 5, you're getting ready for dinner, you're doing bath time. I really don't think that that's quality time. I'm talking about just that free time where you just have to like hang out and stuff. You probably have about 2 hours each day. So the truth of the matter, when everybody got pissed off about what Emma said, is that like on our best day, aren't we all 3-hour moms? She probably said it a little crude, but everyone's cup is filled differently. For some people, their careers genuinely fill their cups. They want to work. Seeing promotion, elevating in their career is what fills them up. And yes, that's not to say that they don't enjoy being a mom, but they enjoy being businesswomen. For me, words can't even describe how fulfilled I am every day when I come home to my kids, when I close the laptop, when I get to, I very much want to pick up my kids, parent my kids, hang out with my kids, spend quality time with them. And I need to do that in order to show up as my best self at work every single day. But that's what fills up my cup. That doesn't have to be what fills up everybody else's cup. And I think a lot of moms heard what Emma Grede had to say and got really offended by it. Okay, you guys, I turned on Beyond the Villa. I did fall asleep on that shit. I told myself that I wasn't gonna watch it because, I'm very excited for Love Island to come on this summer. And I thought that last season's was really, really good. But the Love Island fans are so obnoxious. I almost like if the show wasn't as good as it was, and honestly, it's the everyday episodes that really just let you lock in, and it's like the best mommy treat after your kids go to sleep. And so I am gonna watch it again, but the Love Island fans are so obnoxious that it is almost a deterrent. Because the way y'all will not let these folks breathe, shit, sleep, it's like every time Alandria blinks, they have to have a news article about it. To make matters worse, then they come out with this concept of Beyond the Villa. And I know they came out with it last season too. It was mid last season too, but I liked the characters a little bit more. And the main characters were actually in the show. This season, we've got a bunch of side characters. Hannah is running around this motherfucker like a maniac. It was like a show run by Hannah, Iris, and Coco is asinine. It's fucking asinine. I don't know what's up Hannah's ass. Got her thinking she's the biggest bitch of the West, but she's not. And it's boring. I don't like I genuinely don't think that the show makes sense. Like, can we just talk about the concept for a second? Because for those of you that don't know, Love Island is when they're in Fiji for the entire summer. It's a dating show. They fall in love. There's a winner. Really, they don't fall in love. I mean, like, let's be honest, they don't fall in love, but there's a winner. Maya and Brian were the winners. They a lot of times break up because hello, they're just there for the money and for the show and for the brand deals that come from it. Now, I guess it's just a big thing that like once the couples get back to the United States, we obsess over them and everybody wants to know what they're doing, where they at, what brand deals are they getting, blase, blase, blase. They came out with this concept of Beyond the Villa. And in Beyond the Villa, everybody's moving to LA. Everybody's moving to LA or visiting LA and that right there, where I'm like, stop. That's so unrealistic. It's unrealistic to think that everybody from this show needs to be in LA, wants to be in LA. Why are y'all trying to make us think that that's the case? It doesn't even make sense. They did that last season too, where it's like part of the show is them discussing the conflict with moving to LA. They're really battling with that, which doesn't make sense to me. It's unrealistic to think that just because we all filmed a show together, that we all are now going to live in the same place. And they're like, okay, I need to move to LA because there's better opportunities here. It's like, bitch, y'all are doing brand deals. The brand deals are on your phone, okay? Like you can do that in New York, you can do that in Idaho. You can do these brand deals pretty much anywhere. You don't need to be in LA for that. But that is the way that they're like making sense of everybody being in the same place, which just in general, I don't think it makes sense. I think this would make much more sense if they just, well, first of all, we don't need an entire season. We need like a 2-hour episode of like, where are they now? And I think that they should just do one vacation, go back to Fiji maybe, and get all the cast back together. And I mean all the cast. It should almost be in their contract when they film the original season that they will come back a year later to film a follow-up. So that way nobody can think that they're bigger than the show. Because honestly, like, what do you mean that Alandria, Shelley, and Ace aren't going to be there? I don't need to see Huda ever again. So actually, she can go. Huda can definitely go. I don't ever need to see her again. But the main characters aren't even there in this season of Beyond the Villa. So why are we there? You know what I mean? Hannah ain't carrying no show. Neither is Clark. and I do like Clark. And I am interested in seeing her shovel that shit for Taylor because I think that she's realizing right now that like this ain't the princess lifestyle thought she signed up for. That nigga got her shoveling horse shit. And I know she doesn't want to do that, but Clark can't carry a show. Coco cannot carry a show. Hannah can't carry a show. Iris can't carry a show. Alandria, Shelley, Ace, they could have carried the show, and they're not even there. So everybody just needs to return to Fiji. Let's film them all together again. They're hashing out the drama. Maybe give them like 4 days back in Fiji and let's get caught up on everybody relationship status. Maybe they could bring their new boyfriends or girlfriends if they're dating somebody. I think that that would be so much better because this whole LA concept is just forced. But I did tune in for 2 episodes and I saw what I needed to see. And it's boring. Now that we're talking about what's boring, I want us to go over in the same city, just a little bit up the road to Beverly Hills because they're about to record the reunion for Beverly Hills. I don't know what season of Beverly Hills this is, but it was a boring season. It was a very boring season. It was ran by Dorit. And the thing about Dorit is this I don't know too many people that I want promoted and fired in the exact same day. It's a true statement to say that the season would have fell flat on its face if Dorit wasn't there. I mean, that's just a fact. There literally was nothing else going on. So we think. Dorit carried the season, and also Dorit made it so redundant and just annoying. I mean, she drug out shit that should not have been drug out. Like, for example, who appeared at Dorit's book cover? The fact that that was the season finale is just such bullshit. I would have rather the entire season finale been Alexia's wedding. Kyle, we would have been so interested. And you just showing us the wedding planning for Alexia's wedding. I feel like sometimes the demise of these shows is that they think that they need to be showing us drama every second of the day. One, that's not real life. We do like drama. We like a good feud for sure, but it's unrealistic to think that every single time you go to dinner or lunch with your girlfriends, you're getting into a knockout, drag out fight. We like wealth. That's why we watch this show. And you know what? I know you spent hella money on Alexia's wedding. We like family. We like connected family stories. And I would have loved, you could have done an entire special on them getting ready for Alexia's wedding. And we honestly didn't get any of that until, was it the season finale? The viewers were robbed of that. To the extent that Erica was open to, opening up more about her domestic violence story, I would have loved to hear it because I think that that's useful information to a lot of women. And I mean, you would have had investment from the viewers. Where you don't get investment is Doree bitching about PK for another day. I mean, how long are we going to talk about this divorce? Kyle and Dorit's feud. We don't care anymore. But to be clear, in the matter of Kyle versus Dorit, I am Team Dorit. Because Kyle did a lot of bullshit this season under the guise of I'm your friend and I'm concerned. And really, it's just like, no, Kyle, you don't want to talk about you and Mauricio, so you're dragging this issue between you and Dorit and you're using it as a storyline and you're not a good friend because there is no good friend that would continue to talk shit about her in this way, jeopardize her divorce proceedings. You like adding to that was not something that a good friend would do. I mean, if in terms of the show, I guess it was helpful somewhat for the show, but Dorit is right to say that you're not a good friend to her because you're not a good friend to her. And I don't even know why you keep arguing that point. It would be easier if y'all just admitted that y'all weren't friends and we could just move the fuck on. Okay. But that's all we got this season was Kyle versus Dorit, Dorit versus Kyle, going back and forth, back and forth. It's clear. Kyle, the truth is you're friends with PK. You really value your relationship with PK. Dorit would just came second to that relationship. It's okay. Just admit that shit and move on. But let me tell you something. Erica versus Dorit, I'm Team Erica all day long, and Erica read her ass the fuck down. And I hope that she does more of that at the reunion. So literally, Dorit was the center of all the drama this season. So it's like we have to have her. But Beverly Hills is not in a good position simply because we don't want to see this anymore as viewers. but I also don't know where we go from here. Because if we take out the main characters, which I consider to be Kyle, Dorit, Erica Sutton, I'll throw Sutton in there. These are the women who wake it up at any given point. They can give you, a good finale episode, even if they're talking about something stupid. They know how to turn on and go to work. If you take all those people out, you're left with Bose, Amanda, Rachel, and Jennifer Tilly. Now, I think Rachel Zoe had an amazing first season. She could be a very important person on this cast. I think Bose had a terrible season. And just go look at my Instagram because I talk about Bose all the time. She was up Dorit's ass. She picked on Amanda. I am very happy for her in terms of her engagement, though. I love seeing a Black woman get their fairy tale love stories. I think Bose is a beautiful woman. I think she's a very accomplished woman. I don't like her as a reality TV star. I don't like her on this cast. I don't like the stance she has chosen to take in terms of just literally being right up Dorit's asshole and nothing else. Not even telling even if I had chosen that, like even if I was filming with my very best friend, and I mean like my best bitch. I would have whispered to her, bro, calm down. You're being a bitch. Like on camera, you would have seen me have some interaction with her where I was saying, hey, scale it back. This is a bit much. Hey, that was me. You probably should apologize. Something. And it's not enough if Bose is being a really good friend and doing all that off camera because, babe, as viewers, it didn't exist if we didn't see it. And we did not see you hold Dorit accountable. Period. So it did happen in our book. Okay, so the non-starters, you got Rachel Zoe, you got Bose, you got Amanda, you got Jennifer Tilly. Anytime shit hits the fan, all of those girls are quiet as hell. Like, I mean, just quiet as a church mouse. You could hear a pin drop. They say absolutely nothing. To the point that in the finale, Kyle was like, can somebody fucking say something? Anybody say something? They don't do well with conflict. Amanda made it very clear to us. She's like, conflict is not my thing. I will not go back and forth with you bitches. Like, that is not what I'm going to do. I am women empowerment, get your money manifestation, blah, blah, blah. And Rachel Zoe, she's great in one-on-ones, but in group settings, when things hit the fan, she does not say anything. And that makes me sad because we need new stories. And the stories are right there. I would be interested into seeing more of Amanda's life because she's a self-made millionaire. I love that. Um, Bose, I think there's a lot there with Bose. She's been through a lot. She's doing a lot. Like Rachel Zoe, yes, Rachel Zoe has had her own show. She's big in the fashion industry. All of these people are interesting, and Jennifer Tilly is just hilarious. So you could give us so much more of that, and we would be interested. But then I think if you remove those four main characters, you would have a cast full of women who were scared to feud, and the show would fall flat on its face. So I just think that Beverly Hills is in a really bad place because the main characters, these stories have been told in the stories we want them to tell Kyle, like what's going on with your divorce. They're not going to give us that. We need new blood, but we need new blood that is going to be willing to wake it up when it matters. So I don't know. We will see. The reunion airs this Thursday. It looks like it's going to be better than the season, but sometimes those clips be deceiving you. So we'll see. Okay. Before I go back in, this is a segment where if I leave you with a little bit of something to hold on to. Here's one of the things that's hard about motherhood and marriage and being a working mom and trying to be a friend and a daughter. My days are spent most of the time giving my time to other people. It's either for my kids, it's for my job, it's for my husband, it's for work. It's one of those four categories. It's almost never for me. And I spend a lot of time running on empty. I almost get anxiety when I go into the weekend because I'm already running on zero from just the work week. And I'm going into the weekend and I almost never have time penciled in for myself. And so this weekend, I did something a little bit different. I showed up in a lot of different ways. So on Friday, I took my god sister out to dinner to celebrate an amazing accomplishment. She just became a licensed therapist. That deserves celebrating. We celebrate our friends. Motherhood is not an excuse to not celebrate your friends. Like, we gotta show up for the people that constantly show up for us every single day. I truly, truly believe that. So I did that Friday. Saturday morning, I showed up for my best friend. She has an amazing nonprofit and she was volunteering. We showed the fuck out. Saturday night, I had plans to see one of my friends that come into town. I canceled that shit. I'm sorry, Dom. I canceled that shit. And the thing about my friends is why I love them is they're so understanding. They would not want me running on empty. They are fully aware that I'm often like spreading myself thin. Um, but like FOMO and just my love for them, I often just do it anyways because I want to see them. I want to love on them. But I did something a little bit different this weekend and I showed up for myself. I came home, I cleaned up a little bit, I took a nap. Like I took a nap. I never take naps. I never give myself that time. And the world didn't end. Nobody like unfriended me because I couldn't show up. We talked today. She was completely understanding. Like everything's fine. And so that is, something that I did this week. This is just my reminder to you, whether you're a mom or whether you're not a mom, find a way to pour back into yourself. We cannot pour from an empty cup. We are I'm always so inclined to do it. It's not healthy. I'm better today because I gave myself a little bit of time, a little bit of love, a little bit of attention. I show up better as a mom. I show up better as a wife. I show up better as a worker. I'm better, right? And so that's my reminder to you. Love on yourself. We deserve that time too. All right, guys. Break is over. Break's over. It's time to get back into the chaos of mom life, to the chaos of whatever it is that you got going on. I'm so grateful that y'all showed up and came to the couch for our first episode of Mommy Cigarette Break. I know that we're going to build an amazing community together. I know that God is going to work through this and that, we're going to cover all the things. Sometimes we'll talk about grief. Sometimes we'll talk about motherhood and growth. Sometimes we'll talk about just none of the above. Sometimes we'll just shoot the shit. I don't know, but listen, I hope when you come here, you feel like you get a little bit of something to hold on to that can get you through the rest of the week. I hope that you feel a little empowered when you leave here. I hope that this podcast leaves you better than it found you. That's my prayer for each week when you tune in with me. And so thank you for tuning in to this first episode. I'm Chelsea Ragland, and that's it for Mommy Cigarette Break.